guys, my name is Cecilia, and I'm going to be talking about, my informative speech is about tattoos. So before I get started, how many of you want to have a tattoo or plan to get one or already have one? Okay. Okay, well first I'm going to be talking about so first of all, there's many tattoos, many tattoo reality television shows. So here are the ones that I find that are interesting and the ones that I like. For instance, there's LA Ink, Tattoo Nightmares, Best Ink, Ink Master, and there's plenty of more. But one of my favorite ones is LA Ink because I think Kate's a very, besides from being a beautiful woman, she's very artistic and she's very good with tattoos. Why you should know about tattoos is that it's not only just a symbol or a meaning to it, but there's more than that. There's history behind it, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. So first of all, history of tradition. So according to an article on Culture Philippines website on July 9, 2003, it states that the Tayo tribe people were nicknamed the barbarians with tattoo face. The most important meaning of face tattooing was to differentiate the Tayo tribe with other tribes. Here in this picture, there's a girl who, when they have their first period or the menstrual, they would get cheek tattoos were added to their face. And then for a boy, after passing the headhunting test, they would put on the lower lip, they would add a tattoo. And then also, men without tattoos were considered cowards and despised by their own tribe. And then a woman with tatted faces was considered the perfect woman in the whole tribe. So she was a beautiful woman in the tribe. And then according to today's, it's popular for expressing oneself and portraying individuality. For example, nowadays people have more significant meanings according to status, religion, and art. And the most popular tradition tattoos today are the Sailor Jerry style, acres, hearts, skulls, and great tattoos and quotes. The history or process of the tribal, which was the Filipino tattoos, were earned by many sacrifices, and first of all, you had to prove and earn it according to the tribe, because you can't just like get a tattoo like nowadays. You had to earn it. So basically, the markings that they received were a way of them for believing in the way in the life they believed in, and the practices connected with ancestral and spiritual aspects of the tattoo markings of how the process would go on. And then nowadays, it's an option to get a tattoo. So according to Karen L. Hudson, psychologist and professor at University of Minnesota, in August 2013, New York Times, she stated that the best thing you can do is to educate yourself on the process of getting a tattoo. You know why? Because nowadays, like, everybody knows the process of getting a tattoo, right? First, it's like filling out paperwork, first the paperwork, and then the payment, and then second, choosing a tattoo. Third, it was from there it was applying and making the stencils into the body, and then it was clean the part of your body that was where you were gonna add your tattoo. And then it was getting all the equipment ready that was needed for the tattoo process. And then from there, they would start with the line work. And then from there, they would go on with the shading and then the coloring. And from there, afterwards, any last touchings or anything else. And then afterwards, you were done with your tattoo and you would show it off and be proud of it. Then I'm going to be talking about the history of ink, which is one of the most important tools in use in tattoos. On September 2010, according to an article on One Tribe Costume Filipino Tattoos, it stated that the only ink they used was made out of soot and water to receive a tattoo, which was called, the ink was called bidu, according to the tribe, the Filipino tribe. And then some tools ancient Filipino tribes used was attaching a sharpened object as a metal or a thorn or a piece of wood, and then to one end of the stick, and then they either would tap it or poke it repeatedly into the skin, or sometimes they would use a needle. The ink was made out of soot and water, soot which is made out of carbon but black powdery, and then some of the ingredients they used were sugarcane juice, chicken excrement. Do you guys know what excrement is? What? Yeah, waste. Yeah, so that's kind of gross. Using the for the ink, that was one of the ingredients that they were used was waste of the chicken. So today there are different types of ink used. For instance, they have black and gray ink, and then colored ink, and then black light ink, which is like in the, as you see right here. Do you guys know what black light ink? I bet you guys all know, right? Right? Okay. So this was an example of like how they would tattoo, the tribe's members would, the ink that was used, as you can see, is really painful. I mean, nowadays it's really painful too, but back then it was worse. Okay, so in conclusion, I want to say that tattoos are not only a part of, it's not only a way of expressing yourself, but there's history behind it, and that today, and from tribals back then and today, each of them had a meaning to it, and it's a way of expressing yourself, and yeah, I hope you guys understand tattoos are better, and hope you guys all get one day. And